just a heads up for this episode. Yeah. This is going to contain spoilers for The Lord of the Rings and potentially Harry Potter. So if you haven't seen them, please don't watch this episode until you do.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And also brief spoilers for The Simpsons as well.
Yeah, so this has been your spoiler, but we're not going to warn you again. So come
Click
on this with
off
a grain of
this.
salt. So please, yeah, thank you. Goodbye. Hello and welcome again to episode 3 of 2 Takes Later. This was meant to be released last week, but due to unforeseen circumstances, we were unable to get it done.
So this week we're doing how many episodes?
Hopefully 2.
Yeah.
We're going to get 2 episodes done this week and out this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
And today's podcast, we are going to be moving away from talking of casual things for a while, and we're throwing ourselves straight into the film and TV world. Today we will be reviewing the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because I just really saw them the other day.
That's fair. I do hope it's actually quite good because I've heard quite a lot of things about it. Watching it
Wait, have you not seen it?
I've seen most of them.
Which ones haven't you seen? Okay, so I can't review the final one
You
for now.
can review the final.
Okay, but before our review, please make sure that you're speaking directly to the microphone.
I am.
Good. And so now, if that means you have to tuck in your chair or anything,
Yeah, no.
let's go. So now you guys can sit back, relax, and you can listen to us talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy, including the archetypes, for the remainder of this podcasting episode. So without further ado, let's get into it without any intros or whatever. So, starting off with the Fellowship of the Ring. Let me just say that for its time, it's one of the best films I have ever watched. Period. Elijah Wood as Frodo Baggins was the perfect casting choice. I cannot see anyone other than him portraying Frodo.
I mean, you're not wrong. To be fair.
Yeah. So I like how it makes it abundantly clear within the trilogy that the story of the Lord of the Rings is basically like a allegory of sorts about corruption and power, because like the One Ring is like the most powerful thing, and the people that use it get corrupted.
Yeah, I've realised that. It's quite fun.
It is. So let's start with the plot of the Fellowship of the Ring. I'm not gonna go directly in detail with the plot. I'm just gonna talk about a few things here and there. So where should we start?
I think the beginning would be a good place to start.
So I like how the film starts with just a brief explanation of what happened at the beginning and what exactly the One Ring is, and how Sauron is introduced and how he was defeated by Isildur of Gondor, and how the ring ends up corrupting him.
Yeah.
So he became the very thing that they were trying to fight against with Sauron.
Yeah.
And then how the ring corrupts him, and later the orcs, which to this day the orcs still have one of my favorite visual effects, especially in Return of the King, because wow, I have a lot to say about Return of the King, but let's not get off topic.
Seeing as I've not watched Lord of the Rings for a while, I'm just staying quite far off this, but you know.
Yeah. So the main thing that I want to talk about in regards to Lord of the Rings. So after it has a context about the ring, it stops. The prologue is stopped when Gollum has the ring and loses it, and then it abandons Gollum, and then Bilbo Baggins finds it, and then it has a time skip to 60 years later, in which Bilbo is celebrating his 111th birthday. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's a long time to live.
I don't see myself living that long, because that sounds like it's just.
Yeah, and it's also in this time skip in which you get introduced to quite possibly my favourite character in the entire trilogy, Gandalf.
Oh, Gandalf.
Gandalf is one of my favourite characters in The Lord of the Rings, hands down. I cannot see anyone other than Ian McKellen playing him. Masterful.
And the quote, "You shall not pass." Oh.
I don't really like how it's been turned into a meme now, though.
I know, that's the downside to, any huge film franchise. We can't deny that. But
yeah. So I like how right from the get-go, the Lord of the Rings is shown to be dark. Like, it is a really, really dark story. Overall, it's about corruption. I believe isn't it dark fantasy, the genre?
I think it's dark fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, it is. So when Frodo learns the true nature of the ring and he departs with Gandalf, he leaves with his friend Samwise. Samwise is also one of my all-time favorite characters on Lord of the Rings. He is the definition of loyal. And that is shown in Return of the King. I'm going to talk about Return of the King later, but loyalty, that is his biggest strength. He is so loyal. And then meanwhile, whilst Frodo is leaving with Samwise, Gandalf heads to Isengard to seek counsel from his friend, aka Saruman. And Saruman, his character serves a good lesson. You could say that Saruman is an allegory of a good character, of a good person that becomes tainted with power and corruption because he allies himself with Sauron.
Yep.
And when Gandalf realizes this, he fights and loses to Saruman and is imprisoned. And then meanwhile, Frodo and Sam join up with Merry and Pippin, who I'll talk about later. And they reach a town to meet Gandalf, who never arrived. Obviously, because Saruman decided to L+ ratio and capture him. Then arrange
L+ ratio. You can't just.
Yeah, and then a ranger named Strider. We'll talk about who Strider is in a very short moment, but he helps them get to a place called Rivendell, but they are ambushed by the Nazgul. I am still petrified of the Nazgul. Oh my god. And then they wound Frodo, obviously. And then Arwen. So basically, context: Arwen is an elf and is well known to Strider. She finds them and rescues Frodo and takes him back to be healed and reunite with Gandalf.
Perhaps there'll be photos of this later. Who knows? You might see photos in the final.
You maybe will. You maybe.
If you're lucky. I'm
going to be skipping most of the useless stuff because this is a jam-packed story. I think the full film is about like almost 3 hours. I know Return of the King is 3 hours 21 minutes, but
I think the longest film I've ever actually watched was 3 hours 40 minutes.
Yeah. So later, after Frodo is rescued, the group learn of Saruman's betrayal, and now realizing that they're basically going to be facing threats from both of them. So Arwen's father holds a council that decide that the one ring, aka the bane of everyone's existence, must be destroyed in the fires of Mount Doom. Which is a task easier said than done.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and Frodo, whilst everyone's arguing about who's going to do it, Frodo decides to volunteer to take the ring. Then he is accompanied by Gandalf, Sam, Merry, Pippin, the elf Legolas. My goat. Legolas is my goat. The dwarf Gimli, he's so funny. Boromir of Gondor, and Strider, who we now find out, guys, is Aragorn, aka the rightful king of Gondor.
You wouldn't expect that, would you?
If first time, I wouldn't really expect that. No, but I'm waffling. So they travel through storms and finding dwarves dead. They are warned about Gollum as well. And because of the storm, they are traveling through the mines of Moria.
That's fair.
And they find the dwarves dead and are attacked by orcs and a troll, which they end up holding off. After they defeat them, they are faced by a Balrog. Ooh. And this is a scene in which Gandalf decides to say that "you shall not pass" thing, because he confronts it and basically pulls that move, and both fall. More on that later. Meanwhile, the Fellowship then manages to reach their destination. And the Elf Queen, they just randomly come in. Random characters just come in. And the Elf Queen tells Frodo that only he can complete the quest. Wow. While that's all happening, Saruman is building an army to destroy the Fellowship.
Makes sense.
The Fellowship end up traveling again by river. And as per the warning, Frodo wanders off and is confronted by Boromir, remember that name, who has become so corrupted with the ring that he attempts to take it. Meanwhile, the Saruman's group takes an ambush, and the leader critically wounds Boromir by firing multiple arrows into him. When you see the film, I should have said before that this review has spoilers. I can just cut that in at the beginning of the podcast.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So Boromir protects Merry and Pippin, tries to, and is injured as a result. And then Aragorn arrives and kills the guy. Damn. And Boromir, in his final moments, apologizes for being corrupted by the ring, and Aragorn promises to aid Gondor. And then meanwhile, Frodo decides to go to Mordor alone, but Samwise, being the definition of loyal, insists on accompanying him. Meanwhile, the rest of the Fellowship go on towards Mordor. They are going to Mordor, but then they go to rescue Merry and Pippin, who ended up being kidnapped, whilst Frodo and Sam go to Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
That was my best to condense the plot.
Yeah, I'd say you've done quite a good job there condensing it without revealing too much.
Yeah. However, there is one key thing that's different. In many ways, the film is kind of inaccurate to the books, because in the book, when Frodo gets the ring, there's a time skip. So when he gets the ring, he doesn't immediately start the quest. Instead, in the book, it's a 17-year time skip until he actually sets out on his journey.
Yeah.
That was because for timing reasons. But yeah, that's as much as I want to say. But before this, sorry about that. Today's been a long day. I'm tired. But,
it really has been a long day. I'm also tired.
Yeah, but before that, I just want to talk. I want to quickly talk about the cast, because my word, they struck gold. We have Elijah Wood as Frodo, Ian McKellen, one of my favorite actors of all time, as Gandalf. Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn. I can't see anyone else playing Aragorn. I'm sorry, I just can't. Who else is meant? Russell Crowe was meant to be a replacement, according to Wikipedia. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah. And then you got Sean Astin as Samwise.
Mm-hmm.
Love him. Sean Bean as Boromir.
Oh, yeah.
Then Billy Boyd as Peregrine Took, aka Pippin.
Yeah.
Or I'm really going to botch this naming, am I? Dominic Monaghan as Meriadoc Brandybuck,
Ooh.
aka Merry.
Yeah.
Fun fact, he was cast as Merry. The actor was cast as Merry after auditioning for Frodo.
Yeah.
Neat, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then John Rhys Davies as Gimli. Gimli's like the comic relief of this film. He is the
Agreed.
funniest one out of all of them. And then Orlando Bloom as Legolas. Legolas is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
He is without a doubt one of the best characters in the entire franchise, in my opinion. I keep saying that, but it's true. It really is true.
Yeah.
He's one of my all-time favorites. Then what else have we got? Liv Tyler as Arwen. Great casting. Kate Blanchett as Galadriel. Cool.
Yeah.
And then we have probably one of my all-time favorite castings, Christopher Lee as Saruman.
Oh, you cannot go wrong with that.
Christopher Lee, he played the villain roles really well. May he rest in peace. And okay. Now that I've talked about the casting, I want to ask you something. What do you think about the film? Did you like it or?
I'd have given it an 8 out of 10 when I first watched it.
8 out of 10, yeah. What would you say was its biggest strength then?
The biggest strength of the film, the cinematography.
Okay, yeah. That's by far the amount of establishing shots that you get.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even count off the top of my finger how many establishing and wide shots there are. I think it's like to showcase the scenery because my word, Middle Earth is beautiful. I believe they filmed it in New Zealand.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, you had that at the music, didn't you?
I had to, I'm sorry.
Okay, so...
I mean, it works.
Yeah. So, would you care to guess what Metacritic rated it?
7 out of 10? Maybe?
92 out of 100.
Ooh, that's quite good.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Rotten Tomatoes was given like a 4, 5, 6, 7 tomatoes, I think.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes holds an approval rating of 92% based on 237 reviews.
Yeah, that's perhaps one of the biggest reviews I've ever seen from Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That beats all the James Bond films by like a few percentage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Next, okay, so that's The Fellowship of the Ring. Bloody good film. I would personally give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's got amazing cinematography, amazing acting, amazing costume design. Though I've kind of criticized the runtime, but then again, that's to be expected. It has a lot of things within it. And before we move on to The Two Towers, briefly, I want to talk about the budget and the box office.
Yeah.
Because, believe it or not, the film's budget was $93 million.
Yeah.
And the box office, guess.
250 million.
More.
500?
More.
1 billion?
Less.
750 million.
$887.8 million.
Oh.
Major, isn't it?
That is major.
It was the second highest grossing film of 2001. And it narrowly lost out to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. And the music as well.
Just listen to that, yeah.
Just listen to this, people.
Okay, next. Okay, you can turn off the music now.
Yeah.
Review time. No more music for the rest of it. Okay, so next off, The Two Towers. I really don't want to talk about the overall plot again because I don't want to take too much time.
Because we've spent 17 minutes just reviewing the first one.
So in that case, I'll just do the I'll just give it the just summarize it down to a nutshell.
Yeah.
Frodo gets lost, finds out he's being tracked by Gollum. They capture Gollum, and Frodo takes pity of him. Gollum ends up guiding them into Mordor. Meanwhile, the rest of the Fellowship tries to save Merry and Pippin. And the army that kidnapped them are ambushed, which allow Merry and Pippin to escape into a forest. Meeting Aragorn's group, the leader of the army that ambushed the orcs explains that he has been exiled with his men by the kingdom of Rohan's king, Theoden, who ends up being controlled by Saruman and his servant Wormtongue. I can see...
You can see a few references that are very similar to Harry Potter, can't you?
I think this is where Wormtail was named.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is original inspiration.
Indeed. They believe that Merry and Pippin were killed during the raid. However, Aragorn manages to deduct that that isn't the case. And they end up encountering Gandalf, who, after dying in battle, was resurrected as Gandalf the White.
Yep.
So he's now taken over Saruman's position. Glad to see that the scene of "You shall not pass" wasn't the actual ending for Gandalf.
Yeah, I was thankful for that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because if that was the ending, I don't think it would have been a fair meme for
Yeah.
them to use.
Gandalf ends up freeing the king from Saruman's control, and Wormtongue flees, and the knowledge of Saruman reaches Helm's Deep. Oh yeah, this is the film with the Battle of Helm's Deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the king evacuates the citizens there as Saruman sends an army to destroy them, and Gandalf seeks the followers to support their king. Aragorn meets and connects with Theoden's niece Eowyn, who for some reason they decided to make her more romantic in the films than in the books. Interesting. Anyway, there's a fight by orcs again. They're ambushed. They win, but Aragorn falls and is presumed dead. But he has visions of his lover Arwen before being found by his horse and rides to Helm's Deep. Meanwhile, Arwen is told that Aragorn will not return, and she leaves for Valinor. And meanwhile, Merry and Pippin, who were thought to be kidnapped and dead, meet Treebeard, who is basically like a living tree.
Yeah.
They convince Treebeard that they're allies and are brought to an Ent Council, where they decide not to participate in the war. Meanwhile, Pippin decides to have an idea to take them towards Isengard, where he indirectly gives them a reason to fight when they witness the deforestation caused by Saruman's war efforts. So of course, Treebeard gets enraged, and they storm Isengard and trap Saruman in his tower. And then, meanwhile, to really like condense it all, the Battle of Helm's Deep happens.
I mean, I can't.
And despite being outnumbered, they managed to hold them off, where Aragorn convinces the king for a final charge. However, right before all hope is lost, Gandalf arrives with another army, which turns the tide of the battle. So they win the fight of Helm's Deep, and the orcs flee into the forest, where Treebeard's military kills them all.
Yeah.
And Gandalf, being the wise one he is, warns of Saruman's retaliation. And Gollum leads Frodo and Sam to Mordor, but recommends they enter via another route. And they are all captured by Boromir's brother, Faramir. These characters just keep popping up, do they?
Yeah.
So Frodo helps Faramir catch Gollum, and Faramir ends up learning of the One Ring. He takes his captives to Gondor to bring the ring to his father Denethor. And Sam explains to Faramir that Boromir was driven mad by its power, and the Nazgul again nearly captures Frodo, but Sam saves them and reminds Frodo that they are fighting for the good still left in Middle-earth. Faramir gets impressed by their resolve and releases them. And then Gollum, who of course feels betrayed, decides that he would reclaim the ring by leading Frodo and Sam into basically a trap. Okay. There is one thing. I'll get to my approval rating first, but there is one thing that I need to talk about. Gollum's CGI.
CGI,
I personally think that Gollum's CGI has aged extremely well. What's the actor's name? Andy Serkis. Wow. Providing the voice and motion capture for Gollum, he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that was, 2002? Yeah, I think that's 2002.
Yeah.
Yes, 2002. I still can't believe that CGI was from 2002 because, wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you've seen this one, haven't you?
I've seen bits of it, not all of it yet.
Haven't seen all of it. Okay, so would you want to see it?
I do want to see the whole thing.
Yeah, again, I would say that the cinematography is the best aspect of the film.
I'd say second best from the bits that I've been able to see clips and stuff would be the soundtrack, I guess.
Soundtrack as well, but the acting as well is immaculate.
Yeah.
I still can't believe Elijah Wood was never nominated for not for a Grammy, for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, people seem to get Grammys and Oscars mixed up, don't they?
Yeah. As you've just proven. So
Indeed. So overall, I would give The Two Towers an 8 out of 10. Runtime is a little bit of an issue, but that's to be expected. And I still think some of the lines haven't really aged very well. But the CGI, screenplay, acting, cinematography, lighting, set design, costume design, absolutely immaculate. Especially Gandalf's costume for Gandalf the White. Wow. I did say that I was going. So I did summarize the plots for the Two Towers and Fellowship. However, I'm not going to do that for Return of the King. I'm going to give one reason why. Too long. This is my biggest criticism with the Return of the King. It is way too long.
How many hours and how many minutes was it again?
3 hours 21 minutes. But if you want to watch the extended version, which is the version that actually happens fully, 4 hours long.
And I thought James Bond was long.
Yeah, but all I'm saying, the biggest nutshell from here is that Frodo and Sam follow Gollum towards Mount Doom to destroy the One Ring, and of course are unaware of Gollum's intentions to betray them to take the ring for himself, while the rest of the Fellowship join forces to fight off and kill Sauron. That's literally the synopsis of the film.
Yep. I think that's all.
I believe the cinematography was by the same. Was the cinematography by the same person? Yes, it was.
So once again, what's the cinematography the best you've ever seen?
Yes, Andrew Lesney, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Was the person that made the cinematography for The Lord of the Rings, which he ended up winning Best Cinematography in 2002 for The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah. I'd say that was well deserved.
Yeah. So, The Return of the King, his budget was $94 million, which is about $1 million more than Fellowship, but grossed $1.1 billion. It was the highest grossing film of 2003.
Yeah. And was one of the highest grossing films of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So.
And not just that, is one of the biggest Oscar success stories in Oscar history.
Yeah.
Because it won all 11 awards for which it was nominated for.
Yeah, that makes it groundbreaking.
Including Best Picture. And it's the first ever fantasy film that has ever done this. And it's also become the second film series whose entries have all won Best Visual Effects. The only other one that did that was the original Star Wars trilogy.
Well, that's kind of expected. Star Wars has been known for its great cinematography back then, but I do kind of hate how they've been making them recently. They just need to get back onto, the old school.
And again, the main thing that The Lord of the Rings Return of the King was praised on was the visuals, the story, and the cinematography and acting.
Yep.
And the soundtrack. I kid you not, by the end of Return of the King, my eyes were teary-eyed.
Yep.
I was crying. It was and I'm not afraid to admit that. It was such a beautiful film. Despite how long it is. It's such a beautiful and very satisfying end to the trilogy. Which is why, for all these reasons combined, I have decided that despite the runtime, I'm giving this film a prestigious 9 out of 10.
That's quite a high rating, to be fair.
Very high rating. It didn't feel like 3 hours when I watched it. It's that immersive. And the fight scenes. Oh my God, the fight scenes from all three of them, the fight scenes are absolutely amazing.
So what would you rate Lord of the Rings out of 10 altogether, all three? All of the trilogy?
Oh boy.
You're debating on this between a high number.
I'm considering giving this a 9 or a straight 10.
Oh.
Screw it. I'm giving it a straight 10.
Hey, 10 out
straight
of 10.
And I don't give 10 out of 10s that easily, but the lighting, mainly the sepia colored lighting worked really well. The fictional language, beautiful. The cinematography, the acting, the script, and the costume design, and the casting choices were absolutely immaculate.
Yep.
Immaculate.
So, should we switch to another film series now, or should we just stop here for today?
We could talk about another film series. That's my review. That's my overall review on The Lord of the Rings. I need to work on reviews because I haven't really done it before, but yeah, you can expect more reviews in the future.
I think we're going to be doing quite a lot of reviews because I feel like one day I want to do an entire Simpsons series review, and that's almost 37 seasons.
Yeah. I'm surprised. On the topic of The Simpsons, I'm surprised they haven't ended it yet.
And also, there's now been the Simpsons 2 movie announcement.
What?
Yep, Disney have confirmed it.
Oh, I really hope they don't ruin it. It's been 20 years since the last one.
I
haven't even seen the first one. I'm not really a Simpsons person, but I really hope they don't ruin it.
And think of the opening from the original Simpsons. I will not wait 20 years for a sequel. 20 years later.
Yeah.
Sequel. Just the Simpsons for you, predicting their own future again.
But yeah, my opinions on that show is quite controversial because I'm under the pretense that I think it should have ended long ago.
Which is fair enough, to be honest.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'd much rather watch that over Family Guy.
Yeah, I'd say for anyone who's curious, just watch my How Long Should a Series Last, and you'll see just how I agree with that, because I've literally said any series that goes past 10 seasons, realistically, is either very good or they're just repeating the same thing and it's going to eventually burn out on the creators and they're not going to be doing the same stuff. And let's be honest, the Simpsons cast are dying out.
Yeah, they are.
As sad as that is.
Okay, so that's... Damn, I think this is our longest episode yet.
And we've still got another 20 minutes to go. Because we're making this an hour, I think.
Yeah, let's try and make this an hour. Let's try and make this, well, at least close to an hour. But
the Harry Potter film franchise analysis begins now.
Okay,
Ooh.
I'm going to make my opinions on this abundantly clear, and this is not going to be popular. I don't think the Harry Potter films are particularly good. Okay, what I mean by this is that I don't think, compared to the books, I don't think the films hold up.
And that's one of the disappointments about it, because, for instance, Order of the Phoenix, one of the best books ever made.
Yeah.
However, saying that, the film literally makes it one of the shortest films out of the lot, and it's the longest book ever.
Yeah, I don't understand it. The Order of the Phoenix book is the longest one. So why is it that when it came to the Deathly Hallows,
it got 2 parts.
It got 2 parts. When they managed to condense the Order of the Phoenix
to literally, what was it, an hour and a half?
Yeah, it was an hour and a half.
Which is really disappointing, to be fair. I'd say one bonus of the Harry Potter franchise is the original directors before it got to like the 5th, 6th and 7th, because
okay. So to put into perspective, my favourite Harry Potter film, if I had to pick one, then it would be The Prisoner of Azkaban. I think it had the best directorial style. Best screenplay and best directorial style.
I would also say Order of the Phoenix is my second favourite after Prisoner of Azkaban, also because of cinematography.
Oh yeah.
And the mise en scène.
Oh yeah, the mise en scène is amazing.
Oh, the Dementors.
Oh my god,
the CGI on the Dementors.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I will say that from The Prisoner of Azkaban up, the CGI of the films have aged extremely well.
I'd say the first 2 films tried their best, but they didn't have the technology properly at the time. So
you can't fault them for that. They were limited by the technology. But I will say my least favourite Harry Potter film.
Go on.
Half-Blood Prince. I hated it.
Fair enough. I'd say mine would have been Deathly Hallows Part 1, because it was just literally leading up.
It's pointless.
The entire main fight.
It's really pointless.
Come on, you could have just made that into one film.
They could
not need to.
It sucks that the only memorable thing of the film is probably one of the most emotional aspects of Harry Potter, anyways. Dobby.
Yeah. Oh no, not how he got killed.
I still think that was probably one of the worst things they decided to do.
On. Dobby is a free elf.
And then I found out something interesting though, mainly on the books, that J.K. Rowling apparently regretted one key thing from the books,
and that was not making Harry and Hermione get together. I already know that one.
No. If she revealed that, she would have removed the 19 years later epilogue.
Which, let's be honest, it should not have been on there.
I think the scene that ended right before the 19 years later part.
That would have been the perfect ending.
That would have been the best place to end it.
That was literally, the cinematic music was perfectly there.
Yeah.
And it was the original
I don't know why, which is why the last time I watched it, we just stopped there and skipped the 19 years later thing.
Yep. Because let's be honest, the 19 years later thing, not everyone even liked the casting choice for Harry's kids and stuff as well, which is not fair on
It's not fair on them.
Actors, but at the same time, it's kind of the director's fault.
Yeah.
For keeping it in.
Which reminds me, the show. Do you think the new Harry Potter show is going to succeed?
As I've said in my series, How Long Should a Series Last? I said this about the Harry Potter series.
Okay.
It's got promise because they actually have a chance of getting everything they need to from the books, because each season is going to be one of the books.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Secondly, I would say, depending on directing choices and stuff like that, yeah, sure, fine. The one issue I have with some of the people who are watching Harry Potter still, is the fact that they're just stuck on the nostalgia of it. Like, literally, they're complaining about new cast members like it's not going to be the same thing, but of course it's not going to be the same thing. You've grown up. Yeah.
But then, if you take away, in my opinion, if you take away the nostalgia of Harry Potter, the films aren't as good as a lot of people say it is.
They just are blinded by, let's say, the magic of the actual story itself. But realistically, the books have always been better. Always.
Agreed. Which is why I know that these are two different genres of fantasy. Because Harry Potter starts off as light fantasy and then goes into dark, while The Lord of the Rings has always been dark from the get-go. But if someone was to ask me if I would rather watch Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, I'm taking Lord of the Rings every day.
For me, I'd choose Harry Potter, but that's only because of, childhood preference and also, to be honest, because I grew up watching Harry Potter, can't I? Literally.
Yeah. Harry Potter was my childhood as well.
Yeah.
Kind of my childhood. I didn't watch it as much as others did, but
it's the same with The Simpsons for me. Whilst other people would have watched, let's say, Adventure Time and stuff. Yeah. I was watching, The Simpsons for years on end.
I was watching the original Teen Titans cartoon as a kid.
That's fair enough, and
not Teen Titans Go. Talk about the original.
I know because Teen Titans Go.
The fact that one's still running is I don't know.
I'd say perhaps for more modern sort of kids TV things, we're seeming to talk more about late teen kids sort of TV. I'd say perhaps Henry Danger was one of the ones that
I never watched that, to be fair.
Here's a premise on it. So it's basically this kid becomes a superhero sidekick. Yeah. Because he was looking for a part-time job, and this superhero was hiring and looking for a sidekick.
Why they would be hiring, I don't know.
They were hiring because he's getting too old to take all of the films on his own. So it's kind of like one of those where they're looking for a replacement without saying it. So they would have hired him, if not as just like the janitor or something like that. Yeah. Which would have been a really lousy job, let's be honest. No one would have watched a show about a kid, working in the store, even if it was for superhero based, stuff like that. However, the cinematography is decent, consistently decent throughout all seasons, which is 6 seasons worth.
Oh, I see.
And I'd say that's one of the things that helped bring it up in my case for TV series to watch at the least. And I did say we're going to do a Harry Potter review, but we keep on going off topic, so back to Harry Potter. Let's start with the Philosopher's Stone and just a brief synopsis on what it was about.
Brief synopsis: Harry finds out he's a wizard, goes to Hogwarts, figures out a plot about a Philosopher's Stone, stops said plot after a troll ends up being around, and a lot of other shenanigans. Falls unconscious, wakes up after winning the Quidditch World Cup, because somehow now Harry has a innate talent for Quidditch, which they decided never to talk about
again. In the films.
And and he just wins like that, and he goes back home to the Dursleys.
And fun fact, I'd say the Harry Potter teachers, most negligent teachers I've ever heard of. Like, why send someone back to an abusive household if you know that they're abusive and there's literal physical proof and also mental proof? Like, come on.
We're not going to review. I'd say we're only going to be going over the first 3.
But then we're doing it very briefly, so. Only
the first 3. The rest of them we're going to delve in later.
Yeah.
The second one, basically rinse and repeat, except they find out some new stuff with a journal from Tom Riddle.
Yep. AKA the main bad guy.
You meet Dobby for the first time. You have a very good Quidditch match, actually, in which Harry and Draco face off against one another, in which Draco gets L+ ratioed by not paying attention to what's in front of him with the broom.
Ooh. Like that.
Yeah. When the first time I saw that, I said, damn, that's painful.
And then every other time it's just been laughing.
Yeah. Overall, I think the Chamber of Secrets is aged better than the Philosopher's Stone.
A lot better.
But that's to be expected.
Because it's literally more new anyway, so...
Yeah, I think it came out only like 2 years later.
It was a year and a half later.
Yeah, a year and a half later.
Back to back, even if they didn't say it.
And then... So yeah, I'd say... Yeah, Chamber of Secrets infinitely better than the Philosopher's Stone, both in story and tone and acting.
Rest in peace to the original Dumbledore as well.
Yeah.
In this.
And then we get to my personal favourite, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, now we're going to be here for a bit.
This is the film in which the story takes eternal shift.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 2 were light-hearted. This is the film in which stuff begins to get dark. And the one I do say that I don't like Harry Potter, but the one thing I will praise is how gradual the tone starts to shift. They executed that very well.
You can tell that this is the middle point of the story because it's not too dark and it's not too light either.
Yeah. And I don't know what it is about the Prisoner of Azkaban, but the directorial style of that film is the best one they've had.
It's because it's a different director from the first 2, because Christopher Nolan did the first 2.
Was it? No, it was Chris Columbus.
Chris Columbus, yeah. Even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the name of the director for Azkaban, but I think he was the best one by far.
Yeah, he did a lot of work on it, and he spent the most time working on that one film.
Yeah.
Before he then took a break, and then the 4th one came.
Yeah. I know
which we won't get into, but
I know Prisoner of Azkaban is considered by many fans to be the single best Harry Potter film that was made.
And also, my favourite actor ever got into it, Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman was one of the greatest actors of his generation. Have you seen Darkest Hour?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was his best role. That's one of his best roles.
Yeah. And also, we can't ignore the fact that literally anyone who was anybody was able to get into Harry Potter eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so the director of Prisoner of Azkaban was Alfonso Cuarón from a screenplay by Steve Kloves.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this was a great film.
Yeah.
And I don't like Harry Potter, but when I say that this is a great film, then you know that I actually mean it. It was a great film.
It kind of just beat the other Harry Potter films just with directorial style.
According to Wikipedia here, it is credited for marking a notable shift in the franchise's tone and directing style, and is often regarded by critics and fans alike as the single best Harry Potter film, for good reason.
Fun fact about Harry Potter that people might not know.
Oh yeah?
There was 3 different directors.
Really?
3. Yeah.
Oh.
The final films were directed by... can't even remember myself, to be fair, because...
Oh yeah?
Let's be honest, there's too many directors for Harry Potter.
Yeah, true.
And now with the TV series, I know there's going to be like another 5-6 directors, because they're not going to keep the same director for all 7 seasons, unless the director's one of the best directors in history.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately directors don't want to stay in the same project unless they're really confident that it's going to work for them.
Mm-hmm.
And with how the Harry Potter TV series reviews are going currently, most directors would be scared to even stand in the light for it.
Yeah.
Fun fact about the new TV series, this could be the first time that Voldemort gets played by a woman.
I know.
Possibly. And that's because so many main actors have turned down the role. Which, fair enough. You don't want to be in a TV series that could flop or make your entire acting career go down in like, seconds, because let's be honest.
Yeah.
The hatred that anyone would get from just watching Harry Potter would be kind of sad, to be honest, but that's because millennials do not know when to let go. Sorry, millennials out there who are watching who actually disagree with my comment there, but you have to admit, most of you just grew up reading the books and then watching the films, and you were just like, oh, this is probably the best cast ever for them.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, everyone deserves a second chance. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Also, I can get why you're upset about Snape being a person of colour. Yeah. Because, well, how they depict Snape in the books as well as in the film franchise, immediately they make Harry assume that Snape is a bad person. Yeah. Which means this could really be more like, you know, them thinking that he's a racist or something like that. However, this could also be another key thing that the new generation can learn. Yeah. That you can't always assume something because of someone's skin tone. Because at the end of the series, Snape turns out to be a good person all along. Yeah. So really, it's just teaching them. Yeah. And with Hermione being, well, Hermione. Yeah. Anyone can play Hermione as long as they're smart enough. Yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah. Okay. So with that in mind, we've almost reached 50 minutes. And I think this is where we're going to start wrapping up. Yeah, so I want to thank you all again for listening in to today's episode. Thank you ever so much for watching, or either watching or tuning in to Two Takes Later so far. Episode 1 has 127 views last time I checked, and wow, I can't believe that. Episode 2 shorts are getting quite a few views as well, like 40, 50 views. Oh, wow. So the short versions of them are getting more views. So maybe at some point I'll do some editing to make them into shorter clips as well. So. Yeah. And be on the lookout, because at some point we're going to start incorporating video. What I mean is, like, we're actually going to be getting cameras out and we're going to record them. And that means you'll see our facial expressions when we're doing it live. No pressure. Yeah. Anyways, this has been fun. We'll see you guys in the next episode, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, well, the next episode should be a special one. Maybe. Can't say why yet, but yeah, I've got a little something that I might be talking about that could intrigue a few of you. Ooh. All right. In that case, we'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.